tutor, and in today's tutorial happens to be the division of the course BFN203. And in today's tutorial, we know how things are being done when it comes to our revision tutorials. Questions are always on the whiteboard. Students are expected to provide answers, sub-objective questions precisely. So are expected to provide answers to these questions, and we go through this. The requirement is that you need to smash like button, subscribe to the channel, they are for free, and also comment. All right, give answers to questions. You don't have to know everything, definitely. Right, think of, put on your thinking cap, think of anything that can flow of these questions you are not so certain of, because tomorrow in exam like that whereby you remember you come across this question but it says, right, such questions you let go, come back to them after your attempt or attempted to the ones you were certain of. Now for those of us that are not aware, there's a keynote status course. All right, let's do all three requests immediately after this class. What are the keynote? The exam concentrated questions are highly effective and have proven very effective and has still proven very effective. Or how do you get a request for that? You just use the WhatsApp icon on our website www.tutorial.com. Enables you to send me a direct message on WhatsApp. And for those of us that might want to join the private class where we have classes back to back throughout the semester, the same route, use the WhatsApp button on our website www.tutorial.com. With this being said, let's get straight into it. So we have on the comment section, Mr. Zubai, good evening. Mr. Jackson, good evening. Mr. Alayomi, good evening. And Miss Florence, it's good to have you all on board. Now we have question 1. We have BFN 203 revision. All right, so we have question 1. First question for tonight. Please, as you join the stream, do well to, all right, use the comment section, say hello, good evening, hi, so we can acknowledge your presence. Now we have the National Dash Policy. The National Dash Policy is a document that sets what? Broad parameters for taxation. Okay? The national tax, all right? We have the National Dash Policy. Okay? The National Dash Policy, okay, is a document which does what? Sets. Is a document which sets broad parameters for taxation. I think Ms. Alaya made a typo error there. I think I think the intention is to write tax. All right, tax, not tax. All right, tax. Yes, tax. Wonderful. Yes, thank you for that. We have National Tax Policy. Wonderful. The National Tax Policy. Okay, thank you very much for that. All right, so now let's take the next question. So this is the capital letter P, National Tax Policy. So we have question 2. We have a lot of bullet points here that we cannot take here in the live class, but you get them in the keynotes. They are very essential, please. Now we have JTB is an acronym for dash. JTB is an acronym for dash. All right, what's the full meaning of the acronym JTB? All right, what is the full meaning of the acronym JTB? Yes, wonderful. Joint tax board. All right, we have joint tax board. Okay, and basically, joint tax board. Now, under this bullet point here, there are some, all right, taxes collect, all right, taxes that only the federal government can receive. All right, we have them. Also, we also have taxes state government receives. Let's say, for example, like value added tax is the one that federal government collects. Petroleum profit tax, all right, company income tax, and there are about 7 to 8 of them here. All right, the likes of education tax, capital gain tax, and the likes. And when we talk about the state government, talking about the state government also collect personal income tax too. So now, what's the full meaning of payee? All right, the full meaning of payee. All right, so we have that, the full meaning of payee. Okay, thank you for that. Getting some positive answer already. Yes, thank you very much for that. Pay as you earn. Wonderful. Wonderful. Pay as you earn. That's payee. Pay. All right. As you earn. Okay, so we have that. Now let's continue. Now we have question 4. Okay, Miss Faith, good evening, you came late. Dash is undoubtedly a veritable instrument for national development. Dash is undoubtedly all right. Dash is what? Undoubtedly a what? A veritable instrument. A veritable instrument for national development. A veritable instrument for national development. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yes, a veritable instrument for national development. Taxation. All right, that's why you keep seeing here abroad, they don't joke with tax. All right, they don't joke with tax because it's the major source of revenue. All right, dash is undoubtedly, this is undoubtedly together UN, undoubtedly, dash is undoubtedly a veritable instrument for national development. Okay, this is supposed to be B. All right, I need to correct something there. All right, that's a V, that's a J. Yes, that was a thing from the network. I think we are good to go. Dash is a very powerful. All right, Dash is a powerful tool. A powerful tool for what? Achieving. A powerful tool for achieving economic and social policy. Economic and social policy, all right, objectives. Economic and social objectives, all right, is a powerful tool for achieving economic and social policy objectives. Is anybody helping us with that? Okay. Yes, wonderful. Thank you very much. Task. Yes. Thank you very much for that. Task. Please, let's do all to respond to questions. Just 3 persons, I mean about 10 of us. Just 3 persons responding. Let's go to respond. Now we have Dash is a monetary charge. All right. The monetary charge imposed, all right, by the Dash on people or let's say persons. Let's all have here now. Persons, all right, entity, all right, entities, etc., to yield revenue is called tax. The monetary charges, all right, the monetary charge imposed, all right, by the Dash on persons, entities, etc., in order to yield revenue is called tax. So who does the imposition? All right, who does impose? Yes, wonderful. Yes, wonderful. We have government. Government is responsible for imposing. Government. Miss Florence, are you still with us? Yes, Miss Faith, thank you very much. Government. Now let's take the next set of questions. Please, for those of us who are here to get the keynotes to this, please let's reach out to me. Okay, I think I'm here to write it here. So we have government. Please let's go to reach out to me after this class tonight. Go through our official website, www.tutorial.com, and use the WhatsApp button on the top right hand corner and request for it. Now we have the next question. Now, life insurance, all right, is also known as life dash. All right, life insurance is also known as life dash. Okay, so we have a question. Life insurance is also, Miss Esther, good evening, you came pretty late. It's also known as life dash. Yes, assurance. And when we say life insurance, life assurance, it's actually a policy that provides what? A monetary benefit. All right? To the to what? To the all right? Descendants, family. All right? Or other designated beneficiary. It provides what we call monetary benefits, all right, to a descendant's family or other designatory beneficiary or designated beneficiary. Yes, assurance is the answer here. Assurance. So we have question 8. Now, the insurance that provides protection against any loss or damage caused by terrorist activity is called dash. So we have dash insurance, okay, is a policy that provides protection okay, against any loss, from any loss from terrorist activities. Okay, please, if we don't respond to questions, I might be forced to stop this revision at, all right, maybe question 12, because I expected more from us. This is exam we're having tomorrow, and if I'm not mistaken, the majority of us has a keynote. Are we not studying the materials? Are we not studying the keynote? What is the problem? And I have just 3 persons responding to questions. Okay, please, let's do well too. Don't be distracted. No matter how stressful the TMA has been so far, issue to the TMA, this is the time whereby you fasten your seat belt and, all right, enhance your focus. Let one side of it distract the other side. So it's helping us with question answer to this. Okay. Let's try our best, please. Let's do well to do something. Yes, terrorism insurance. Yes, terrorism. Now let's continue. Thank you very much for that. Now, dash insurance. Thank you, Miss Esther. Dash insurance covers excess amount on an auto loan. All right. Dash insurance covers what? The excess amount on a auto loan. Dash insurance covers excess amounts on the auto loan. Yes, gap insurance. Gap insurance does that. Wonderful. So we have gap insurance. So we have question 10. Thank you very much for that. PI in insurance stands for dash. Stands for dash. PI. We'll talk about PI in insurance. What are we talking? Okay, is anybody helping us with that? PI. Okay. From the network, I think we are live again now. Yes, Zubai. We have professional indemnity. All right, professional indemnity. All right, professional. I think that space might be enough. In them. Okay, I think I should. Indemnity. I always say indemnity, talking about a protection against loss. Okay, so we have question 11. We have, yeah, thank you for that. Okay, now when we say dash is when, all right, in a situation when the insurance company as when the insurance company, all right, when the insurance when the insurance company when the insurance company acquires legal rights, all right, acquires legal what? Legal rights. When the insurance company acquire legal rights to pursue recoveries, on behalf of the insured, on behalf of the insured. So in a situation like this, what do we call this? A situation whereby the insurance company, wonderful, I'm already getting a response. Wonderful. Subrogation. All right, subrogation. Is another video name came late. It's called subrogation. I think I made the typo error there. Yes, so we have subrogation. Okay. Now let's take the last set of questions. Like I said earlier, for those of us who are here to get the keynotes as a score, please let's do all to request for the keynotes after this class. So we have okay. Just a moment. Now we have question 12. We have a dash income statement lists personal income and expenses. A dash income statement lists personal income and expenses. So we have that. Okay. Jumping with that. Yes, thank you very much. Personal. Wonderful. Wonderful. Personal. Yes. Personal. Now, we have that. Dash build up refers to the increase in the investor refers to the increase in the investors equity, all right, ratio. Yes, thank you very much for that. Dash build up refers to the increase in the investors equity ratio. Okay. Yes, thank you very much for that. Equity build up. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Let's take the next question. Please, I think there's an issue here in the keynote. I think I realized that some editing was omitted. Sorry about that. You can request for the new one. I've made the adjustments so that, or you can just edit it on your phone right away, so you don't get confused. Okay. Now we have the next question. Okay. Now we have OTC is an acronym for dash. And we have ETD. OTC is an acronym for dash, and we have ETD. Okay. Yes. Thank you very much for that. Over the counter. Over the counter. According to Dash, investment is savings on delayed consumption. Yes, you are right, any which way. But since it's an acronym, there is better it should be in capital letter. So it's an acronym. O, T, and C should be in capital letter. So we have it here. Yes, wonderful. Economists. All right. That was the thing from the network. I think it's stable now. Yes, economists. Okay. So okay. So let's call it a wrap here for tonight. Thank you very much, everyone. It's actually a wide course, and a lot is involved. A lot of things are involved. So for those of us who are here to get the keynotes, please let's request for the keynote immediately after this class. Let's also use it in studying and preparing for this exam tomorrow. And I wish us all the best. As per the TMA issue, let's all do the needful as we wait for the 24th, where the whole thing, all right, we don't really know what's coming up on the 24th, but according to the memo, 24th is when we are taking it. So please let's not be distracted as it is now. Let's study for this exam, all right? Ensure to rest for the keynotes and do the needful. And I wish you all the best and success in your exam tomorrow. Do have a wonderful night rest. Bye for now.